Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this video titled Dividing Mixed Numbers, and in this video you will be taught how to divide mixed numbers. I know, shocking, right? What I would like you to do is get out your math journal and a pencil, and we'll go ahead and get started. So what I have here is I have 4 1/4. It's a mixed number because it's a whole number and a fraction divided by 3/4. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we cannot divide mixed numbers. You have to actually divide improper fractions. Okay, you need to turn that mixed number into an improper fractions. So what I have here is I have 4 1/4. If you remember, we multiply denominator by whole number, then add the numerator. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17/4. And then we have division sign. Remember, we're going to keep the dividend. We change division sign to multiplication, and then we flip the divisor. So 3/4 is now flipped to 4/3. So now from here we just multiply, okay? And you can cross simplify. Remember, that's a strategy that you can do. Okay, so think about 4 and 4. They can both be divided by 4, which changes both of these to 1. And now we have 1 times 17 is 17. 1 times 3 is 3. And when changing this improper fraction to a mixed number, if you remember how to do that, set up as a division problem. 3 into 17 goes 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. We have 2 for our remainder. The whole number is going to stay the same. I'm sorry, the answer will be your whole number. Remainder is going to be your numerator. Think of that R as right on top of the fraction. And the denominator is what stays the same, for 5 2/3. So again, you want to keep, change, flip, okay, when you're dividing mixed numbers. So let's take a look at 1 1/2 divided by 2 1/4, and I would like for you to work on this problem as I work on it in the video as well. So we have 1 1/2, so the first thing we do, I like to write this out. So multiply denominator by whole number, add the numerator. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, over 2. 2 1/4. So again, first thing you need to do is change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. That's the first step. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9/4. Okay, so this is a division problem now. And if you just want to set it up, keep, change, flip right away, that's fine, but I'm showing you here. So 3 over 2 is going to stay the same. Remember, you keep that, you change division to multiplication, and you flip 9/4, making it 4/9. I am not going to cross simplify, even though I could. 3 times 4 is 12, just to show you how you could come to the same answer here. So now we have 12 and 8. Think about the GCF of 12 and 8 is going to be 6. So you divide both numerator and denominator by 6. That's going to give me 2/3. So let's take a look at one where we have a whole number divided by a mixed number. Okay, so we have 4 over 1, and then we need to take that 1 1/8 and make it into a improper fraction. That's going to be 9/8. Now we're going to keep, change, flip. Keep 4 over 1, change that division problem to multiplication, flip 9/8, making it 8/9. All right, now we have 4 times 8. I'm sorry, from here, you just multiply 4 times 8. And then the thing I like about multiplying is you do not have to have a common denominator. I'm sure a lot of you love that part. 4 times 8 is 32. 1 times 9 is 9. And then we can set this up as a mixed number then. How many times can 9 go into 32 without going over It's going to give you 3 times with 5 left over. 3 and 5/9 for the answer. So that is how you divide mixed numbers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at problems involving area. So we see here, this is from the Go Math book, and it says a sandbox has an area of 26 square feet and the length is 5.5 feet. What is the width of the sandbox? So understand that the formula for area equals length times the width. Now we already have the area already. So whenever you have the area already and you're given either the length or the width, what you do is you take the area and you divide it by, in this case, the length. So we'll set it up as 26 divided by 5 and 1/2. So the first thing we need to do, change that 26 to 26 over 1. We're going to change that division sign to multiplication, change that mixed number to an improper fraction. 5 times 2 plus 1. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11 over 2. We're going to flip that. Remember, keep, change, flip, 2 over 11. Okay, so now we have our problem set up and we can start multiplying. 26 times 2 is 52. 1 times 11 is 11. Not too hard there. Now we're going to take that improper fraction, make it into a mixed number. So we have 11 into 52 is going to go 4 times. 4 times 11 is 44. 52 minus 44 is 8. Now it's all a matter of knowing where we put these numbers. So the answer, or the quotient, will be the whole number. Remember, the R for remainder means right on top. Denominator stays the same, for a grand total of 4 and 8/11 feet. Now, if you need to check this, what you can do, you can just even put it right in your calculator, multiply 5.5 times 4 and 8/11, and you will see that you do get 26 square feet there. So what's the width of the sandbox? The width of the sandbox is 4 and 8/11 feet. So again, whenever you're trying to find a missing measurement and you're dealing with area, you always take the square footage that you're given and then divide it by either the length or the width, whichever measurement you're given, and then you'll be able to find the missing measurement there. So another one, we have the area of a rectangle patio is 12 3/8 square meters. The width of the patio is 2 3/4 square meters. What is the length? So again, we are given the area. Okay, so formula for area equals length times the width. All right, so we already have the area. We don't need to multiply length and width because we don't know what the length is. So what we do is we take the area, 12 3/8, and then we divide it by 2 3/4. It's important to understand that when you're dealing with problems involving area, that the area is the dividend, the known measurement is the divisor. Okay, so that's a really important part of that. Okay, so we need to take these mixed numbers, make them into improper fractions. So we take 12 times 8 and then add 3 to that. 12 times 8 is 96 plus 3 is 99 over 8. And then we're going to take 2 times 4, that's going to be 8, plus 3, that's going to be 11/4. And remember, we keep, we change, and we take that 11/4, and we're going to make it 4 into 11. 4 over 11. Now again, we can cross simplify here, and I'm going to do that because 99 times 4 can be a little tricky. A lot of big numbers that we're dealing with here. So let's cross multiply to make this a little bit easier. So we think about what number can go into the two numbers 4 and 8. I know 4 can go into 4 and 8. So take 4 divided by 4, that gives me 1. 8 divided by 4, that gives me 2. Now I take a look at my 11, so we're going to cross simplify there. what two numbers can go into 11 and 99? 11 can go into 11 and 99, so 11 goes into 11 one time. 99 divided by 11 is 9. So now we have much easier numbers to work with. Okay, so now I have 9 times 1 is going to give me 9. 2 times 1 is going to give me 2. Much easier than 396 over 88. Okay, now we take this 9 over 2, we make that into a mixed number, and that's going to be 4 and 1/2 for our answer. So let's take a look at the final one here. It says 10 people went on a hike and there were 12.5 candy bars to share. Why are 10 people going on a hike and why are there 12.5 candy bars to share? Because it's a math class, that's why. All right, so we just need to have some numbers to go with. Why is there a half a candy bar? Who ate it? I am not sure, okay? But anyways, that's what we have. How many candy bars does each person get? So if you remember from the other video, you are not able to divide people. Okay, so understand that. It is very easy to take a look at this type of story problem and think, oh, I just take 10 and divide it by 12.5. You cannot do that because, again, you cannot divide people into 10 people into 12.5, okay, by 12.5. So what you need to do, you need to think about what you're dividing. And what's being divided in this problem are the candy bars, okay, not the people. So we're going to take 12.5, and whatever's being divided, that has to be your dividend. Okay, you cannot just switch those numbers like we would in multiplication and you get the same answer. You cannot do that. You have to put these numbers in order. 12.5 divided by 10. Why 12.5 divided by 10? We have 12.5 candy bars. We're dividing them amongst 10 people. So we're going to take this 12.5, make it into a mixed number. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 1 is 25 over 2. We keep that. We're going to change the the division problem, or the division sign to multiplication. And now we have 10. Understand that means 10 over 1, so that means we're going to make this 1 over 10. So again, we're going to cross simplify here. When I cross simplify, I think about what two numbers can go into 10 and 25. I know 5 can, so I divide both of these numbers by 5. 10 divided by 5 is going to give me 2. 25 divided by 5 is going to give me 5. Now we have much smaller numbers to work with. We have 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 5/4, which needs to be converted to a mixed number, 1 and 1/4. Okay, so how many candy bars does each person get? Each person gets 1 and 1/4 candy bars. So that concludes the video on dividing mixed numbers. Please let me know if you have any questions about this concept.